In this video, we are going to do checkout with the Stripe payment. So before we do checkout, we need to do a few things. Like after user has logged, if it is guest user, press checkout button, we will redirect to the login page. So here I make some UI changes. So it should be like address 1, city, state, zip code, country code, address types. Okay, so you should modify the UI here like this. So I will show you. This is the example address data. If the user has the address, we will show the address. Okay, so for this in the database, I will show you there is a user address. So okay, I will delete right here, and I have a user. I will show you user. We have two user. This user ID is 2. So for the admin user is 1. So for the user address, I will add manually. In your case, if you use PHP MyDB graphic user interface, you will go and add. For me here, I will add, or you can make a like database seeder, okay, like address seeder or something. But for me, in my case, I will do like, okay, I will find fake address, fakey.com. Like, okay, here I found street, so I will add like this. And then for the city, I will say zip code. For the zip code here, country code, the country code we will say here is US, and type will be like home or office, something like this. Address we don't need. Its main will be 1, yes. User ID will be 2 because we have two users here, 1 and 2. That's why user ID will be 2 for the user. So I have address 1 address. So for this user, we have in our controller card controller, we bring that user data. Okay, if it is the main, we bring user address here. So this is for the auth user. Okay, if it is in the card list, we need to fetch this this data. Okay, so we return here user address. So in the prompt data, we will say define define props, and then we will say user address. It will be object type. Okay, right now when I check, there will no, it will be undefined because we are now at the guest user. That's why in the card list it will be undefined. But after login, it will be we will see the address. Okay, for this user. So I will say if I press checkout, I should say login page. That's why I will do like this. So for the checkout, for this button, I will make like this. So for the checkout, where is the button? Here, the checkout button. So for the checkout button, here, the checkout button. So we have a shipping address from this DMV. Okay, I will make a little bit okay, format here. This address 1, city, state, zip code, and then country code, address type. Okay, this UI is for this part. Okay, for this part. So I will work with the form data. After I form, so inside the form, I will say I will move this button, including this button. Okay, where's the button? Okay, here, including this button, I will cat Control X, and I will say Control V, and then so this code will be under this form. So this button will be, we will say type submit. Okay, type SUB submit. So if it is this button is submitted, we will say form for this form we will say add SUB submit dot prevent prevent equal to SUB submit. Okay, so if the user click the button, the form data including the address will be submitted. Okay, if there is no data is filled, the form will be null and submitted. So confirm and here. So what I will going to do is I will make a form data for the address. Okay, so first of all, before I make a form data, I will say submit. Okay, FUNCT I went. So submit for ordering. Okay, so let's say submit, like order submit or something, but in my case I will use submit. After that we will say we will say router. Okay, let's make it this part like this. For the if I click checkout, we need to define the route for this. Okay, so I will say in this here I comment checkout. So that checkout should be made by the auth user. The guest we were not allowed to make it checkout. That's why under user route there were this is for all user dashboard, and this is for all user dashboard as well. So what we can do is dashboard, object define dashboard. Okay, we can move that part. I will leave it like this. Okay, we will say under that user auth, we will say checkout route. Okay, so for this we will make a checkout controller, php artin. So make controller under user folder, this user folder. Okay, app under http controller, we have user folder. Under this user folder we will create checkout controller. So I will press enter and it's created. So we will say route PRE prefix, we will say CACCKOUTS. Okay, CACCKOUT checkout. Okay, CACCKOUT checkout, and then we will say controller. That controller we will call checkout controller, UD controller, and then class with this we will say checkout controller, and then we will say in that checkout controller we'll make a group. Okay, group and function. That function will be no name. Okay, no name function, and we don't need this one. So under that we will define another route for this. So it will say post, because we are sending the all the item from the cards. So these the address form data. So we will say with the post method, and we will make order. Okay, order, and then the function name will be store, and we will give the name around name core CACCKOUT.STY store. So that's it. So in that store we will go and create. Okay, checkout.store, I mean store, we will say function store. So we don't need this, and we will say public for the function. So if I click here cut list, if I click on that, if I submit the form data including the address or without address, here this form, if I submit that button, we have a submit function here. Okay, we'll say router.visit visit. We can say router.visit, and we can add the method here into inertia DINERTIA inertia JS here, manual visit router.visit. Okay, and then we can define URL here. So visit, the URL be where you route, Okay, this route we have a CHECKOUT.STY store route, and then we will say in this route, after this route we will have because we are making a here, as you see, visit. That's why we will do like this, and we will say method will be post. Okay, so I will make it curly bracket, and we'll say method will be post. So after that we will pass the data. Okay, we'll pass the data like with the data with the object data like this. Okay, and then in here what we are going to send is the card data. Okay, the card data like this, the card data. So we will pass the card data RTS cards, CARTS cards. Okay, this card data is here. Okay, this card data, or you can use like ubase.card.item, something like this. But for now I will use like this. For the product I will use that like, and then I will say PRODUCTS products, PRODUCTS products, and then I will send another data also, is it total, because we need to pass total price. Okay, for this total we will have like here total, so we will pass this total data as well in that form, in that route. Where yeah, that's it. So after that we will pass the form data. Okay, for the address, if it is the address is filled, and here address 1 std something like this. So for this we need to create the form data. I will say I will not type like I will explain you here this form data. Okay, we created reactive. The reactive we need to import here in our view. Okay, so we have address 1 as a null, state 1 as a null, cd will be null. We'll also send this form data as a data, and inside the data we'll call address. Address will be form. Okay, this form data. Okay, cool. So after we press that checkout button, we will dd. Okay, dd $user we need to pass the request here. IUSD request $request. User will be requested user $IUSD requested USCR user. So right now when we pass the $user here, user will be requested user. So when we click right now, we maybe in the web I need to close here. Okay, so if I click on checkout, right now we cannot because we are not logged in yet, so it should be redirect. Let me check. Is it that maximum callback site? Is it that? So this should be not that post router visit route checkout store. What is the error? The error maybe we're used because it's maybe computed. We're used like this. Use pay prom card data item for the product for the total. Where is our total here? We'll say you pay prom card data total. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, as you see, because we cannot pass directly the computer data, because we cannot pass this computer data, we need to pass the prompt data. Okay, because the prompt data, I will show you here in our view. We have cart like inertia. I will start again for the view. Okay, in inertia we have prompt data like cart. In the cart we have data object. In the data object we have item release and product release total. So that's why I am bringing all data using should be prom. Okay, for this one, okay, for the address I will comment again. So if I check out, it's redirect back here. So I will say admin, I will say user at gmail.com, and password will be password PASSWORD. Okay, so now we have redirect back here. So what I'm going to do is address. Okay, I will fill address and I will check out. Right now we found the requested user. We have DD here. So for the address, let me check address address. If I fill like this, so address does not is address address request address. Let me check back here address. Because we haven't model data binding here for the form data, because we are sending without data model binding here. For the input we should have v-mo del model address address 1, and another one will be cd. So in the input we will have cd cd. We will have here input state sda t state. This will be zip code zip code zip code, and for this one will be country code coundr1 country code, and this one will be type. Okay, typ type, type. Okay, this type, because we have data like this. Okay, so let me try it again. cd will be, we will copy from this, we'll delete this, and type will be like home. We'll say checkout. request address. Okay, my bad here. I don't need like this. Okay, I will say like this. So as you see, there is a no, the data hasn't been changed. Let me see. Form reactive. Why this data are still getting no? Why this data are getting no? Let me here for this one we are using the form data. That's why it should not be like this, like form.address1. Okay, FYM form.address1 like this, and then here we will say form.cd. Okay, like this, and form.state, form.zip code, form.country code, and form.type. So it will be update the data if we okay, I will copy from here and I will say home. As you see, here it changed, the data has been changed. Okay, because of here as you see, we got our address like this. So so we will show another one here for the address. As you see, for the login user we have the address. So what will we do is, instead of showing the shipping address as a default, we will show user address dot address address 1. So this user address object type has a address 1 key. That's when we use this key, and then we'll say comma. This will be another will be user address dot cd. Okay, cd, and we'll say another one will be user address dot zip code. So this zip code. Okay, where is it? This zip code. So as you see, the data has been changed. If it is shipping address, if we see like this, we have a for this user have a shipping address. That's why the checkout button will be working. If not, what we can do is user address. We'll say this button here, if. Okay, we'll check with the free def if this user address is exit. We'll show this checkout button as like this. We'll copy this button again, and I will say another button. Instead of with the if, we'll say with the s. We'll say here at address to say address to continue. Okay, so this will be changed. Okay, at address to continue. We'll say instead of indigo, we'll say gr. So let me show you here in our database. We have a user address, main address is 1. Well, I will say for now 0, so there will be no address. So if I click, if I refresh, user address is stay here. User address is main stay 1. Here I already updated it. Main should be 0. I will go back here. If I click the error, where's the error? Address 1. Okay, yeah, we need to check another one, which is we are showing no address here. Okay, so this p will show this p, this shipping address. Okay, this 3 bar, if it is user address is exit, so we will warp with the div. So I will make another div under total, say div. Inside this div, I will move this 3. Okay, so I will cat and I will move here. So I will validate here with that if. Okay, user address is exist, we will show this one. If not, I will show this p. Okay, I will say here another div, and then inside this div I will say with dash s, with that else, with that s. This one will be working. We will say you need to add shippi shipping address to continue dinue. Okay, as you see, add shipping address to continue. Here also add shipping address to continue. That's when user must add address in order to continue. If not, the existing address will be shown here, and user can continue without filling the data like this. Okay, if it is, I have one like this. Okay, so user doesn't need to add, or it's optional. Okay, so for now, what I'm going to do is I will say 0. So I will show you. So we need to add address here. After we have address, we can check out. Okay, so I'm home, and then we will check out. Okay, for this one, so for this one, in this here, the logic is that for this one, we cannot do like this. I mean, in this bottom we cannot do like this. Okay, so we need to validate. We need to validate the form is filled. After the address form is filled, we will show this bottom. Okay, so for this, we need to validate this form data with the using computing. So c1sd const form field. Okay, form field c1 putted computed. We'll say another arrow function key here, and in this one we'll say form dot this form. Okay, this form dot addre address 1 not equal no. Okay, we'll say not equal no, and so like this, and we'll check another one will be state city zip code country code type. So this one will be state, and then this one will be city and zip code and country code and type. Okay, so this is the form data that we validated is filled or not. After that, we don't need this, and after that we will use this form data validated field form data in our button here. Okay, so if it is filled or not, we will return. If this form is filled, we will see here. Okay, so I will close this and this. So I will make sure everything is filled, and okay, Control C, Control V. This one will be home. So as you see, every form has been filled, but where is our form field undefined? Why? I need to make a return type. Okay, so if I'm not returning, this data will not be no. So that's why I will warp with this one curly bracket. Parenthetic bracket, and I will say return. Okay, here return return. So this should be return. So as you see, the data has been returned. So that's why the bottom has been updated instantly here, because of we haven't returned this field form data has been true or false. Okay, right now it's false. If every data has been filled, it will be returned to return to true. Okay, it should be home. So as you see, we can check out if we delete something. If we delete, it should be form field is 2. Yeah, it is not watching. As you see, we can check out. Okay, so if we press here, we will see our address here. So we will do the checkout part right here with the using Stripe. Okay, for this bar, I will go to the Stripe. Okay, SDIP Stripe, and here for the Stripe, you have to register, or if you have account, you need to log in. So for me, I have logged in already, so I will go to the dashboard. In the dashboard, you need to go to the developer, and you need to switch this test mode on. Okay, so for me here, I have a secret key and publishing key. So I will copy my secret key and .env. In our .env, I will go. I have a secret key here. Okay, I have already set up, so I will show you again. So I will copy and then stripe key. So I need to I create stripe key, okay, stripe key, and then I paste it here, okay. So I close it. This is for this part. After that, I will find like SD IP stripe payment stripe payment processing platform internet stripe payout PHP. Yeah, so in here, as you see, we have PHP, HTML, and other backend code here, like Python, Go, .NET, Java. So there is a Stripe DOC, okay, stripe.com/DOC checkout/quick-start. So in here, for the PHP, I will install this composer. So I will go back here, I will clear the terminal. I install this one, and then another thing what I should do is so here in this bar we need to use this code, okay. So for this bar, so I will clear. We'll go to the checkout controller. We have DD our address is fine. So we will DD. I will show you another thing. CRTS cards. So if I click here, I need to fill like home. Okay, home. So if I click, as you see in our item, we have two data here, cart, quantity, something like this. So I need to define for this one as well. So first, I will make three data. I will receive three data: user, cards, products, and I need to make an associative array, because for this product and for this card it's separated array. That's why I need to be associated these two items into one. That's why I will make array match. Okay, so I will call match data. So here I have created match data array. So I need to loop. Okay, I need to loop this two data into match array data. So what I have to do is for each cards, so this cards as a card item, for card single item, so I loop through another one is products, this product as a product. So I check if card item from this card item product ID. Okay, as I will see there's product ID from the cards 14. So this product ID 14 will be equal. We will add array match. Okay, idea, product idea, price, product price. Okay, so this will be added to this array. After that, so we will go to find like SDIP Stripe accept payment. After you find this one, you will find accept payment Stripe documentation here. So in this here, you need to install this composer. So I will install this one. So after that, I will clear the terminal. After this, when we scroll a little bit down, you will see like this. So we need to use this Stripe. So it's very simple. First, we need to have like Stripe API, Stripe client API secret key. I will clear this. So Stripe API client secret key. So instead of using directly secret key in here, for a security reason, you should use Stripe API key in here. Okay, Stripe key, and then you copy the Stripe API key from deployment server like stripe.com, as I show you. SDIPE Stripe. So you need to log in to your dashboard, and then in developer you will see here secret key. Okay, you copy and you paste it here. So after that, you can use env and then SDIPE Stripe key. Okay, this Stripe key will be used. So we will go back to our documentation, Stripe documentation here. In this checkout, I will copy this code and I will paste enter here. So in here we need to change this line item. This line item will be array list. As you see, there will be like price data, currency will be USD, price data will be the product data will be name of the product or image of the product or whatever it is, and then the unit amount will be like this. So quantity will be 1. So right now what I'm going to do is, instead of doing like this, I will make line item array before here, and I will paste this line item array here. So I will loop line item array from March data here. So I will show you line item array. So this line item array will be here like this. Okay, so I made line item array as a empty array list, and then this March data from this March data array list, because we have already March from cart and product item. And after that we make like the same data, price data. The price data currency will be USD, and product data will be like product title name, and then unit amount. This unit amount will be item price. I make the item price is like we have a floated, that's why it will be like $90.22 or something. So I change integer and I multiply by 10, because this price data for this unit amount will be stored with the cent. And then for the quantity, we use the quantity from our array March item quantity. Okay, so after that we have list of line items. So I'm going to use this array list here. Instead of using this array, we will delete and then we will paste like this. So this will be array list here. So for this successful and cursor URL, we should do a route. Okay, we have a route. I have created two more route here. So it is like success.success and cancel.cancel, checkout success with the route name. So I will call this route name here. If it is successful URL, we will say like, instead of like this, I will say so route checkout success. So I will concatenate two string with the dot and then I will bring with the parameter in session ID and checkout session ID. Okay, this checkout session ID. So after that, for the cursor route, I will use the route call here like this. I need to delete all the part here, and then this cursor route. Okay, for this success route, we have like success function index in our controller we should have. So I will go and create under this store function. Okay, so I will create public function and I will say success. So we will redirect to this success function after this checkout has been successful. So a few things we need to do this checkout session with this checkout session. After that, we can go to the success function. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I will receive the address. Okay, this new address. If it is the user here, user is at new address, we will have like new address here. So if there is no new address, we will not have new address. We will use the default address, this one. So how we can do it? It's very simple. We will check. I will show you here. I will dd $new address. Okay, so I will click here, check out. So as you see, the address is we are receiving with the array, and the address one will be no, and everything will be no. So in this situation, what we can do is like, if I will say address, the first key, okay, the first key, always the first key will be no. If it is the first key will be no, we can assume that the new address is no. So if I click again here, so as you see, it's no. So the value of the other one is no. So it means what we can do is not equal no. If it is not equal no, it means that the address will be like the user field address. So in this situation, what can we do is I will copy this. Okay, I will copy this and I will make it condition if not equal no. We will do with the address. So in this time we will validate like from user address. Okay, in this user address where main is 1, if main 1 mean in our database we have user address. If it is main is 1, we will count the user address, how many row in here. So if it is the row of the address is more than 0, we will say the user address where main 1 update to 0. Okay, if not equal main, if the new address is added, then new address will be the main 1. That's why the rest of the existing address will be 0 like this. So after that, we need to create the new address because we have a new address request. That's why outside of the if, we will say new address. Okay, address will be from this new address. So this new address want to state something like this. We cannot say like this. if we say like this, we will get the error, okay, because we are accessing the array list. That's why instead of doing like this, what we can do is new address, like, okay, let me see, let me show you. I will make like this, and I will delete, and I will make like to access like this, okay, and then I will add a few more lines for this state, zip code, city, country code, and type, and user ID. For the user ID, I would say I make a mistake. I should have this one will be reversed in this size. Okay, so what can I do is here. Okay, I will show you again. So this address should be like this, okay, because we are creating new address. This new address mean we are adding user address here, ID, type, address 1, address 2, okay. So this request should be not like this. We will say we have a new address like this, so we should add like this. That's why instead of doing like this, I will Command T, and I will paste, okay, and after that I will add like this, and at the end I will say like this. So the new address will be added here. For the address too, we don't print from our request, so we can delete state, zip code, city, country code, type, and all user ID will be. So this new address will be saved as the default default is 1, so it will be saved. After new shipping address is saved, what we can do is we can find the main address. The main address will be this new address, okay. That's why what we can do is outside the if block, we will fetch the main address, okay, that recently created a new address. So user address. So this user address we have been associated in our model controller. I will show you in our user address. In here, I created the relationship belong to user class. This user address is belong to that user address, and then in that user address I have a relationship for user address. That's why I can reuse this user address. So you should do the same thing. So that user address where is, so we can have a main address. So if we found a main address, what we can do is we will make another validation called if, okay. If the main address is found, we will do inside that if block like creating order, okay. So I will do that order here, okay. This new order is for this model, okay. This model we have a variable for this model, because if we don't add like variable field for this, it will be you will get error like total price, status, session ID, user ID, created by, updated by. It should be variable for this order model, and we have like another relationship between order item, because after we create the order, we will have order item like this, okay. We will insert multiple order item for this order. That's why it should be we should have relationship each other. So in this order, I will show you again. You should have variable relationship between order items. When I go to order items, in this order items, we should have a relationship also variable like order ID. In our database, we'll go back to order items. We have like order ID, product ID, quantity, unit price. This should be mass pay because we have star here. So after that, we have another relationship with the order and products, okay. This order item belong to order, that's why we have order item, and for the product we have here product relationship, okay. So for this one is okay. Now I hope you understand. So order, we create new order and we make a stated and pay, because for the first checkout we will not be paid or as soon as user press the proceed payment in a Stripe payment. You will see later about this. So to the price, session ID will be getting the ID from the checkout session ID, okay. So we will get this, and created by will be user ID, and user address will be saved from the user main address. Okay, this user main address ID. So after you have created successfully the order, as I mentioned above, we will create order item for this order. So how can we do? It's very simple. We need to fetch the order item. Okay, like cart item. I mean cart item. We need to fetch the cart item here. Cart item will be storing here. When user add to the cart item will be add in here. That's why we need to fetch all these cart item for this user. That's why user ID and this requested user ID, all the cart item will be get here. So we got cart item array. That's why we need to make a for each loop for this. So I will say for each this cart item as a single cart item, and inside this for each we will loop and we will add for each item for this order item. That's why like order item creator order ID will be $sign order ID, and then cart item product ID quantity ID. This order is coming from this created newly order. Okay, the newly created order. So this order item will be added, and the cart item will be added from single cart item loop by looping for each. Okay, product ID, quantity ID, product ID, price ID. So we will loop through all the item and add to the cart item. So after adding the cart item, what will you do? You think this cart item will be deleted because all the cart item has been moved to order and order item. That's why we don't need anymore to store this order item in our not order item, I mean cart item in our database, because in the next time when user create, this cart item will be added again and order again, so it will be error. The system should not be like this, so we will delete all the cart item. So it's very simple. Inside the for each we have cart item, so we will delete like this. So each time when order item has been added, this order cart item will be deleted. So after that, another thing is from cookie cart item. So we need to delete all the cart item from the cookie as well. So we will do like this: remove cart item from the cookie. So we have a cart item, get cookie cart item from get helper class. This get helper class, we have a get helper class in our helper folder. So we get cookie cart item and we loop also. So we use unset. Unset means we unset for each item, and then we do like array split. Array split these cart items as a 0, and then we count cart item until it get like 0. So and then we say set cookie item will be this cart item, because we set in slide. Okay, we array slide until 0. That's why the cart item will be 0, and we set cookie again. So like this. After that, we'll make payment. After order is placed and order item has been added, we'll make a payment. So for this payment, we will do outside of for each loop. Here we have for each, so I will minimize for each. Outside of for each, we'll make a payment. So that payment will be, we will create payment data first, like payment data. There will be order ID for the payment. I will show you here. Where is the payment? Payment here. There will be order ID, amount, stated, type. Okay, this fee must be filled. That's why order ID, amount, stated will be pending first. After we make a successful payment, this here I will show you in our checkout session. Stripe payment, we have successful payment. This route will be go to success function. In this success function, we will do that payment stated pending to paying or something like this. Type will be Stripe. Created by user ID, updated by user ID. After that payment data haven't created, so we will say here like payment create payment data. So this payment model we should be had like fillable as well, because if you don't put fillable here, you will get error as well. So maybe you should add order ID, stated, amount, order fee, required fee for this model. And we have a relationship as well. For the payment, we have a relationship with the order. Do you remember in our maybe part 2, I show you the relationship, the database of the e-commerce like DB. In here, we have a user create the order have order ID relationship, and order have payment relationship. That's why in our payment we should have relationship with order and this order. Okay, this order with this order. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is payment is created. So we are nearly to be finished for this part. So after that inertia, this inertia have a location. Okay, this location is why I use this location, because if you don't use that location, you will get error. Like if you return in and using normal Laravel, like IET and return redirect, something like this, redirect to somewhere like this, you will get the error return redirect like CHECKOUT.SUCCESS. So it will get, or you if you redirect like this, like redirect to like this, you will get error, because you will get error about like CORS problem. So instead of using like this, you should use inertia location. Okay, so this will be redirect to the Stripe payment UI. So after that, we will get the we will send the data to success function. So for this success function, we should have EQUESD request and $ request in here. So we will use the Stripe API key here as well. So you can use like this. This Stripe API key will be like this. So Stripe step API key, or you can use the same thing, but we use like this, no problem. So I will show here. So if it is, we will retrieve the session ID from the UI parameter like this session ID. So after we got session ID, what will we do? Before we check it, we will make sure with the try cache block. Okay, ch cache. If we found the error in our cache, like /ex expectation $e, we will throw the error. Okay, so we will throw error using new foundation, new found HTTP expectation, this one. Okay, you should import here this one. Okay, like you should import it from this link. Okay, after that, in the try block, we will say session. We will retrieve the session ID. Okay, session from the checkout session ID. So if we get the session ID, we will say first we will say if session ID not found, we will throw expression again. So if we found session ID, we will find the order with the session ID. In this order, we store session ID. Okay, we store session ID here. This session ID is coming from here. Okay, coming from this Stripe checkout. That's why we can validate where session ID will be, this session ID. Okay, so we will take the order item first, and then we got an order. If we found the order record in our database, if we not found, so we will throw expression again. If it is we found, we will change the status of the order, like unpaid to paid. Okay, so if it is order status is unpaid, like in our order, if it is status is unpaid, we will change to like paid, like this. Okay, so we change here in our success. So we will return redirect to dashboard. The dashboard, we return the dashboard in our web page. We have a authenticated user dashboard here, the name, route name dashboard. We return in our dashboard. So I hope you got it. So that's it. So very simple. So yeah, so I will go and check. Before I go and check, I will show you here one more things. In the bottom, we use the found field is field or no, and then user address, or we can say user address is exit or not. Okay, so we need to do like or validation here. So I think we are good to go. So I will check out. Okay, cool. So as you see, this is the total amount, and this is the email address we should fill, like user@gmail.com, and we'll say 424242. So this URL has been redirected by the inertia location, as I mentioned before. If it is we here, okay, inertia. If it is we return like, okay, I will say RETU and return IED and ICD redirect the checkout session URL. I will go back like here. Okay, let me show you again. add here 1 item as my added, 2 item. So I click and I click checkout. So as you see, I have got an error. Okay, this error is called, okay, this one has been blocked by the code. Okay, here CORS code policy. I mean this error. If you click that link, it's go the stripe like this. Okay, so that's why we should use inertial location. So I hope you understand. So we need to go back and we will start again. Okay, 1, 2. So in our cart we have 2, and then we'll check out. Okay, now it's no, there is no error. Say user, and then we'll say 424242. Okay, we'll use the testing visa get. In a Stripe we can use that visa get 424242. We'll say 1123 and 111. Name on the car test. We'll say 11111111, and then we'll click on the pay. Okay, processing. As you see, it's redirected to the dashboard. Okay, so we will check the data is stored in our order or not. As you see, it's paid, and then order item will be added. Okay, the user ID is, I think, 2. Let me see order. Yeah, user ID. Yeah, 2 here, as you see. And then in the cart item, yeah, it's deleted. These cart items are already, as you see, user ID is 1, not in the user ID 2. So everything is fine. And payment, where is the payment? Here in the payment, we have payment by the user ID. Okay, 2. So we can change this payment status by the admin. Okay, so everything is fine for the checkout. I hope you understand. So in that dashboard, we will show order status and order IDs and all the item from the order. We'll show in the next video, and we'll update the UI as well. Thank you guys. See you next video. In the next video, I will show you how we can make logout sign out here, and how we can make a dashboard here. If we click here, we'll go to the dashboard and we'll sign out something like this. Okay, thank you.